And he
All
smoked
right,
smoke.
everyone. Welcome to the
Dude,
JK Podcast. One of the things you're going to notice is Yavo's not in the Porta John because he's had a long, tiring day, which we'll get into in a minute. And I'm
I
actually on a
ran
ship
track
in the Arctic Circle right now. So I'm actually in a large floating porta potty if you really think about it.
there.
So, anyhow, Yavo, tell us about your day.
uh, Went to church, ran a 5K, and then took everybody to go shoot some guns. And Dominique shot the big boy guns. He had a lot of fun. Got a bullseye. And
Wait, define big boy guns.
make sure that he had all of the instruction that he needed to be successful. Yeah. So I had the gun. All of the instructions. I sat the gun down. Everyone's sworn to all the instructions. So I looked at the gun and I'm like, help. And as soon as I turned my head, there's like three guys like, need some help. I'm like, yeah, come over and help. People knew that he was going to try to rob a 7-Eleven with his glass turned sideways. They're like, you look like you need help. They also said you need to get
So,
metal.
what kind of guns we're talking about? What calibers we're talking about?
Oh, he shot. I gave him 3 boxes of 5.56. Shot an AR, and then after that, they had he bought a couple of rounds of 223 after that, and my AR does not like 223. So so he had cycling issues. By the way, I don't know if you did on my AR, the very top of it, you can turn the thing to help it shoot, but it doesn't help very much at all. Yeah, you really need to be shooting 5.56 out of my AR. I got a bullseye and I hit a target, so I'm happy. Everyone had fun.
Well, I don't want to be rude to our other guests we have here. So you're just on. You want to introduce yourself?
This Sean.
Huh. How you doing, Sean? Welcome to the JK Podcast.
Where like just sit right there. That way, like your whole face is
go ahead and join us.
There you go.
To the JK Podcast. It's just a bunch of dudes, talking shit. So talking about guns, you mentioned the Remington the 223 and a 5.56 round. So the 5.56 is your preferred round there, Dominique?
I don't know shit about guns. I don't know. I don't know what those numbers mean or anything. I just the first 3 mags I gave you. Yeah. Then I called them clips. And he said they're magazines. They're clips. And I'm like, you're not firing. I don't know shit about guns. Oh, the range.
Only military people get aggravated when you use the term clip and magazine interchangeably. Yeah. So I'm glad we didn't bring a
pistol because I would have called it a gat. And then I would have been all bad. So all the range guys, when we walked over, they were all really nice. And as soon as Dominique had a rifle in his hand, they all wanted to give him extra special attention. Yeah, I got free lessons today because everyone was worried for everyone's safety. And a pat down. Yeah. And when I walked over, the guy saw my tattoo and he's like, "Are you sure you don't want to re-enlist and get another stripe?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm good, bro." And they're like, "Just don't be an asshole." And I was like, "All right, cool." I didn't tell you this part. They're all really nice. They emptied my magazine. And he said, "I'm going to put one bullet in, and then you can try the one first." And I'm like, "Okay." Then we went to two bullets. That's actually pretty normal. Yeah. Normal. When you're first learning how to like hold a rifle, they're like, "We're just going to do this one."
Speaking of guns,
that's what he said. Exactly. Yeah, that's not just you. That's because you're new. Yeah. But
it was
really nice.
Speaking of guns, I think they recently overturned the ban. There was a federal ban on bump stocks, and if you remember some years ago, the bump.
Well, and you know like how many bump stocks were turned in to the government when they put in that ban? It was like fucking 3, and like 2 of them were the guys that wrote the ban, and then one dumbass from like whoever. Nobody was following it. Everyone just put them in a box in the closet and said, "We'll wait till this becomes, like
it's just a piece of plastic." But at the end of the day, it's weird. So since we're on the subject of gun laws and guns, what would be each of y'all's solution for the gun control? To try to appease the one side and keep both sides happy. What would you say would be the right answer, in your opinion, for gun control in the United States?
All right, so I got an answer for this. One, make murder illegal. Oh shit, we already did that one. All right, so murder is illegal. Got it. Um, every other law, that's stupid. Just make murder illegal, and then I'm pretty sure one of our founding fathers said those who would trade security for safety deserve neither. All right, let's stick with that. So that means if you can afford whatever weapon, if you can afford whatever fancy jet, or if you can afford a tank, great. I hope you drop your kids off to school in a tank. That's fine, but just make murder illegal.
Just don't use the carpool lane.
Yeah. Although if you are driving a tank in the fast lane, you need to move it over to the slow lane because that's dangerous, man. You're driving too slow. All right.
Overtaking bumpers.
Yeah, exactly. I want everyone to be able to fly. If you can afford a nuclear missile, well, but you should have the nuclear. It's going to be very expensive. All right. But if you can afford that nuke, great on you, bro. But of course, I'm always speaking for America.
You should have the right to
Every
make
other
the
country, they got their own rules.
I'm a proponent of the Chris Rock solution to gun control. I remember Chris Rock said that we don't need no more gun control in America. We need bullet control. And so he was proposing to make every bullet cost $5,000. And he goes on to explain, if every bullet costs $5,000, you eliminate the innocent bystander. Because you'd be like, you walk to a crime scene, you'd be like, that guy got $20,000 worth of bullets in him. He had to have done something. So, then you'll have people death threats. You change the game with death threats. People be like, I'm gonna kill you as soon as I can afford it.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't accidentally just turn around and throw a mortgage at this guy.
Yeah, gun laws are stupid. That's my opinion. Gun laws are stupid. Murder's already illegal.
Okay. So let's talk about vacation since I'm on one, and technically, Dominic, you're visiting Florida, so you're on a vacation. Let's talk about our best and worst vacations. So, guys, best and worst vacation.
This is one time.
Yeah, it's already at max volume. I couldn't hear him.
So one time I went to Switzerland with this guy.
Switzerland?
And he could play the entire drive to Switzerland.
You promised I could sit on my ass and do shit. And I didn't have to do shit for the whole week. Then you show up and you're like, hey, man, let's go to Switzerland.
And all I got,
now I got to go to Switzerland.
And all I got was a small Swiss Army knife.
That you still complain about.
And then, yep.
He complained the whole time.
You got a Swiss Army knife in Switzerland?
So he showed up in my house. He flew to Germany, showed up at my house, and he's like, hey, man, we don't got to do nothing. I'm just happy to be here. Then as soon as he's there, he goes, hey, we should probably go, travel and do all this fun. And I'm like, I wasn't planning to do shit. I thought you were just going to use my house as an Airbnb or something like that.
That's vacation.
So now I had to go travel and drive to all these different countries. So I had to drive to Paris, had to drive to Switzerland, had to fucking drive all those things. I was planning on just hanging out in my house and playing some fucking Xbox. And then he's like, nah, man, you got to get in the car. So, yeah, I bitched the whole time because he bait and switch, right? I thought you were just coming over to hang out. You're like, no, we got to go to Paris. We got to go to Switzerland.
Yeah. Paris was cool.
Bullshit.
We got rained on in Paris, but that actually wasn't that bad because we got a good memory of it. So, but yeah, Switzerland probably the.
For all those people who are like, oh, Europe is amazing. I'm like, you know what? All of Europe kind of just feels like Europe to me. Like, it doesn't even matter where you are in Europe. It all just kind of feels like Europe. And America is still the best country in the world, bar none. Although Japan is a more convenient country than America. They're not better than America, but they are more convenient.
So I'm in the Arctic Circle, guys, right? And so when you're in the Arctic Circle and it's their summertime, right now it's 8 o'clock at night, but this is going to be just this bright all the way through till tomorrow, meaning that there's no darkness. So like at 2, 3, 4 in the morning, I wake up, look out my balcony, and this is the brightness I got. Of course, it's overcast and rainy, but yeah, sure. But it's the second time I've been in the Arctic Circle, but this is the warmest I've ever been in the Arctic Circle. I was in Tromsø, Norway about 9-10 years ago. It was negative 22 degrees. And I remember that's in the northern tip of Norway. And I went to like Asgard. I went to all these little towns just to say I've been there. But yeah, it was negative 22 there. Here it's about in the 40s, 30s, so it's not that cold at all. So it's a different experience because it's summertime. Back then, the first time I went, it only had 2 hours of daylight, and you never saw the sun. The sun would kind of brighten up the sky, and it'd be behind the mountains, and then it'd go right back to darkness. So that was like the other end, being there in wintertime. But anyhow,
When
so
you
yeah,
say you're
what
by
was
the
your
Arctic Circle, what country are you closest to other than the Arctic Circle for my frame of reference?
Iceland? I went
Oh, you're
around
close to
Iceland.
Iceland. Okay.
He's
So now
talking
we're
about
heading back towards the
great
UK.
temperatures to people in Florida. Parts of the state shut down when it gets that cold. Because
Yeah,
they don't know what to do with it.
I don't think it gets that cold in Florida, does it?
Oh, it does.
Does it really?
Occasionally. Yeah.
I'm not, you know,
Florida has only a limited amount of seasons. Hot. Holy shit, it's hot.
Jumanji wet.
You get wet.
At 3 o'clock in the afternoon where it rains.
Yes.
Okay.
There's like
Okay.
5 days of fall where you're like, oh my God, beautiful weather during the entire day. And then like a week of cold weather. And then, by the way, hot again. That's it. That's all. And it's like every year you think, oh, I'm going to be, it's fine. Last summer was fine. I'm all prepared for it. Every single year, every single summer has found a way to turn around and go, hold my beer. I'm going to be worse than what last summer was.
And if
next summer's
anybody,
going to be even better.
if anybody wants to move to Florida, I have some bad news for you. The weather's terrible. You should not move here. It's full. Florida is an awful, terrible place you should not move to. There's no more room. Yeah, I think you need to stay in California, stay in New York, stay wherever you're at.
They want to send people out.
Yeah, and don't come to Florida. It's full.
Are we done?
So, where's vacation?
Where's vacation?
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I'm trying to find a dry seat here.
Come back to me on that.
Bravo, where's vacation?
Worst vacation was anywhere in Germany because I hate that country.
I was just like,
I hated living in Germany. I have nothing nice to say about that entire country. And people who like Germany are also the same people who love Seattle, and they can stay in Seattle just like people who love Germany can stay in Germany. That's fine. You do you, boo boo. I just don't want to go there.
Jim, you've been everywhere all the time.
Not Japan, though.
What's your worst vacation?
Detroit, hands down.
That's fair. That's fair.
Other than Detroit, overseas, I'd have to say the worst
That's
travel
Chicago.
experience
That's
for
pretty
me. I mean, it's different, different things, right? I've been in Iraq. I wouldn't say the last time I was in Iraq, I told myself when I was leaving that I wouldn't come back unless I was a true tourist. So that's now on my travel list to go back to Iraq. But I spent 2 years in Iraq. I gotta say that was a pretty shitty vacation.
But Detroit was worse.
Oh, yeah.
I still think Detroit was worse because at least there was some cool things to see in Iraq. Detroit didn't have nearly the cool factor.
What happened?
What in Detroit?
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, I guess you could say that's a good trip to Detroit when nothing happens. But
Nothing
compared to Iraq, I mean,
yeah.
you got shootings, you got bombings, you got Detroit pretty much has the same things Iraq does, except probably no bombs, but shootings, yes.
Depends on what part of town you go to.
I didn't mind Detroit. I would like where they shot 8
sounds
Mile,
right.
where they shot the Eminem movie 8 Mile. I went to the trailer park. Then I went to the old parking lot, little station.
What's your best vacation? Give me your best vacation.
Yeah.
Best vacation. I've been to London like 57 times now. I absolutely love London, but that's just my kind of city.
Where in
London? Anything in Zone 1. Zone 1 of London.
Okay.
Anywhere from Leicester Square to Oxford Circus, that area. I just love London.
I could probably go back to the Churchill
very
Museum.
closely by Tokyo. Tokyo is a very close second. I don't think anywhere I've been in the world felt like another planet than Japan. Japan felt like an entirely different planet. So
if you like Tokyo, go hang out in Kobe. Kobe beats Tokyo 10 times out of 10. Awesome. And then after Kobe, then go hang out in Fukuoka, and then Tokyo. Goes Kobe, Fukuoka, then Tokyo.
okay.
Yeah. How about you? Best vacation?
Hopefully August 2nd.
August 2nd. What's happening on August 2nd?
You're talking to a guy that never really did vacation.
You need to go to live more life.
Yes.
Well,
He doesn't
where are you going
vacation.
on August 2nd?
What?
He said August 2nd. What's August 2nd?
We're going camping. We're gonna go up to like the Maryland area. I'm gonna go be a
Ocean
tourist
City.
in my own country in Ocean City. And we're gonna go see the capital, DC region 2 and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna go be a
Speaking of
tourist in
camping,
America.
Yavo,
Yeah.
if we went to camping together and you woke up the next morning with a sore ass, would you tell anybody about it?
Well, let's think about that. One, I'd have to find a place to hide your body after that. Well, actually, I could probably find a pig farm, and we just, pigs will eat anything.
To be fair,
So-
it sounds like Jim's planning another vacation
Yeah,
already.
I mean, really, after I was done murdering you, and I'd have to probably find a place to, make some out, make
So
the.
based on your answer, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, but for the record,
Based on
that's
your
not
answer,
story.
Yeah, but it would make me feel better afterwards, knowing that I murdered him afterwards. I would
based
feel
on your
better.
answer, that seems to indicate no. So my question is,
Yeah,
want to go camping?
It'd be a no.
Yeah, we'll let you sit and ponder on that, but maybe on like a donut cushion.
Or stand and ponder. Yeah, stand and ponder. Yeah. If I wake up and my ass hurts, I have to murder a bunch of people. I gotta make a story about where I was at those events. Then we have to cover up it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? It'd be a lot of work.
A lot of work.
It'd be a lot
Okay.
of work.
But the answer is no. Just so we're clear, the answer to the question is
For
no.
the FBI man, listen to my phone.
Mark him as a maybe.
Yeah, the answer would be a no for the FBI man. Listen to my phone. And
Back around.
if they ever found me guilty and hooked me in the electricity, the electric chair, they'd be like, "Do you feel bad?" I'd be like, "No." And I don't think the guy at the pearly gates will even blame me. He'd be like, "What happened?" And then you did what? Yeah, that seems like even St. Peter at the pearly gates, like, "Yeah, it's we get it, we get it."
Depends on where they put that electric probe. Yeah.
Oh well.
So, Yava, you bring us to probably our last topic on this podcast, which is government surveillance. But before we dive into government surveillance, let's do our shameful plug, which is going to be back to back. So, my shameful plug is since I'm traveling right now, you can actually see more of my travels and my shenanigans that I get up to. And I said shenanigans on my YouTube channel, formerly me, at formerly me on YouTube. So,
What's that?
I'll put it in
What's
the
that
description.
DPC you like? You know, see the thing on the wall.
Wait, what?
What's that place you like with all the goofy shit on the wall?
Shenanigans.
Oh,
Said the thing.
if one of you motherfuckers one more time. Can I get a
So
little
that's my shameful plug. YouTube's formerly me channel, and I'm gonna turn over the rest of the shameful plug over to Yavo. What do you got to plug, Yavo?
I'm going to be making a CompTIA Security Plus course here pretty soon, so stay tuned for that.
I thought you already made one.
I have books and stuff that I've made, and I have course material that I've made, but I'm actually going to turn it into an interactive test engine you can take online.
Okay. All right. That sounds pretty cool. Well, let's get into our last topic for this podcast. So you brought us to it, government surveillance and the FBI, NSA, whoever's listening on these calls. What are your thoughts on it? Do we need more of it? Do we need more regulation? Does the public need to really know what's being collected or not? What are y'all's thoughts on U.S. citizen privacy and government surveillance?
You'll probably know more about. Okay, I'm going to get the number wrong. It's AT&T Closet 416A something. What's the AT&T Closet number? Help me out. What's the number?
No.
No, you no. Okay, so
There is a building in Manhattan, though.
Yeah, the answer. Okay. Is everyone under surveillance? Sure. Why not? Why aren't we all under surveillance?
641A.
Yeah, 64 AT&T Closet 641A. Type that into Wikipedia. Have fun getting on the tinfoil hat.
Just tell them what it does.
What I'll say is everything's a game. Thanks for playing. And to the FBI man listening to my phone, you're welcome. And I'm just gonna keep saying AT&T Closet 641A is what I'll keep saying.
And on behalf of the Black population, just like voting.
Oh shit, you're an executor?
Just like voting.
Holy shit.
Just like voting, We don't care. We don't.
Yeah, it's all a game. It's all a game.
It's not illegal if we reroute it.
You're all going to jail. Everyone's going to jail. Why not? We're all going to jail. Everyone's watching you. Big Brother's always there. And you know what? If it bothers you so much, get off the internet. Turn all your stuff off.
Go off the grid.
Go completely cash. And if you're not willing to do all that stuff, you know what? Thanks. You're agreeing to play the game.
I actually believe we're going to go to a cashless society probably in the next decade, and everything's going to be digital. So
That's
even
'cause
trying
cash
to be
is
off
trash
the grid,
nowadays.
they're going to find ways to keep you on the grid, one way or the other. They're going to find a way. So
Cash used to be king, and now it's trash.
and
Because
my
there's
only
so
interest in
much-
this discussion, because I feel very strongly about American citizens' privacy laws, but I won't go into too much technical detail to bore people for the podcast. But I will say, besides the closet number he just mentioned, look up the building in Manhattan with no windows, and go down that rabbit hole too.
And before you start, yeah.
No windows, and it's for a very good reason. And
What
so
about-
believe that.
And for everybody living in big cities, I'll use an example, LA as a city as an example, right? Like people in LA don't realize that a large portion of their city is actually like fake buildings mining oil. Have fun Googling that for an hour and a half. It's like, what do you mean there's oil rigs like just in LA? I'm like, yeah.
We're all
Yeah,
just in the Matrix too. We're all just in puddles of ooze being used for our bioelectric energy. But anyhow, we're gonna wrap up this podcast. This has been the shortened version of our
We have
podcast.
to end the episode. Yeah, end this episode. We're going to jail.
We're at a 5K today. So anyhow, this is me from the Atlantic, the Arctic Circle, saying adios. Yavo, any last words? Dominique, any last words? And our new guest, any last words?
Tell Penguins I said hi.
All right, that has been the JK Pottycast. We're out.
Oops.
It is almost 11 p.m. and the sun is still out. Trippy.